Hello guys, welcome to my first paint along with me. I like when other artists do this style of video, and since this one is a bit of a long one, I thought some kind of commentary was necessary. So, prepare for some artist rambles, and you can put me on in the background as you work on your own piece. Okay, so I came across this reference image on Instagram. Does anybody else do this, by the way? I have a folder saved full of images that I find inspiring. This image came up and I knew I wanted to paint it. It was just so nice and light. The light was just coming in, so it was beautiful. I love nature a lot, and taking long walks during the golden hour and into sunset is when I am the most happy. Another reason I wanted to do this piece was because as much as I love landscapes in real life, I actually run from painting them. So my goal this year was to do more detailed landscapes and more detailed illustrations in general. I got tired of doing just one pretty girl on a basically blank background, or just some, basic patterned background. So I just plopped this little girl and her wagon into the image, and maybe she's just walking home and stops to admire the lighting. I know I do that regularly whenever I go to walk. I know it can sound kind of frivolous to say that art has a story behind it, or that you should convey some sort of emotion. And I know I used to hate that, especially in school, when they'd make you do a whole project's worth of a description on each piece. That's actually one of the reasons why I was discouraged from going to art school. I couldn't imagine 4 years of doing that. But as I got older, I realized that all my best pieces, the ones that I really liked the most, actually were created with some sort of story, or at least some emotion that I felt at the time, or an emotion that inspired me to make that piece. It doesn't have to be something necessarily with deep detail, but I've learned to paint with a story in mind. Another thing I've noticed is I am a slow artist, both digitally and traditionally, by the way, in watercolors. It takes me forever, at least that's what it feels like, to finish a piece. It takes time to build up all the layers. I realize I don't just go in with bold colors right away. I kind of map out everything, and maybe it's my own error when it comes to painting, but maybe I don't mix the washes saturated enough. But I feel like I always end up revisiting layers or a particular object within the painting to deepen that color or to make it richer or something. And I realized it could be a bit of a problem with watercolors eventually, because the paint is no longer sinking into the paper. It kind of just sits on top, and that can lead to the paint actually lifting and mixing with the new color that you're trying to lay down, which is never good. You could end up with completely ruining a piece. Just make sure to use the good old paper method, just dab it away, but it still doesn't exactly solve the problem. That actually happened in this piece when I was trying to strengthen the blue of the sky. The green from the leaves started to blend in with it because the green was just laid down so thickly at that point. I was trying to make sure I got the deepest green that I could, and I wanted that specific green tone without mixing it with some other color and losing that vibrancy or that olive tone that I wanted for it. Maybe if I used better paper, I could get around that. But I'm currently using the Canson Montville paper. Montville? And I think that's supposed to be a pretty good mid-tier paper. I've also heard of fluid paper. There's some other ones that I know I could look into, but I live on a small island. Barbados does not have the widest diversity of art supplies available, so I'm gonna have to take what I get, and my Canson Montville will have to do for now because your girl ain't got Arch's money. What else do I want to say? Oh, this is probably the most masking fluid I have ever used on a single piece. I have a Dr. P.H. Martin's masking frisket, it's called. I actually haven't used it all that much, to be honest, but it somehow just glugified in the bottle. It just like rubberized and hardened in the bottle, and there's barely any left that's still liquid. I had to pour it out onto my board that I had my piece taped onto, and just kind of like smack it out of the bottle. Then I actually use a little clay tool with a rubber end to apply it to the piece, and I think that's pretty much it. I think I drained the bottle at this point. I want to try that. There's a brand, Heikala. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. Heikala uses called Fluid. It's like a fluid fine tip masking fluid. It basically has like a very fine nozzle, kind of like liquid paper, whiteout. But yeah, I want to try that one, and I hope it doesn't stink. Does all masking fluid stink? Because this one stank bad. Like it smelled like fish and smelly feet or something. Oh, leave me any of your suggestions below if you know of any good masking fluids that I should try next. But yeah, what else? I've been trying to improve my work this year, like improve how I improve my skill basically. And I've been focusing on all the fundamentals like form and color and anatomy. Oh, and light. I love seeing illustrations with a strong sense of light in them, like light. I've realized the way I draw my characters hasn't changed much since maybe around 2015 or so, but my rendering has gotten a lot better, if I do say so myself. Yeah, the way I color and put in shadow and stuff is getting better, and I've been trying to actively think about how I can improve on that piece, study light sources and plan out a good light source in that piece so everything looks cohesive, and yeah, just so I could create better artwork. So yeah, if you've stuck with me all the way to the end, I just want to say a big thank you. It really does mean a lot. I think I'm going to try this approach with my speed paints going forward because it's a format I enjoy, honestly, from other artists. I watch people like Dina Norland and Mini Small. Is that her name? Mini Small, a cute English girl. And I follow vlogs too, like Bailey J. Yeah, I just like when people do that longer form content and just talk about whatever during the video, and I usually just paint along in the background. So if you liked it, let me guys know. Oh my god, if you guys liked it, let me know in the comments below. Like this video and comment any feedback or suggestions you might have for me, and maybe even consider subscribing. I'm trying to get into the flow of posting regular videos, and I'll definitely keep painting and creating art, so subscribe to see more. And I'll talk to you guys next time.